Hey, you boys better hold on, because I'm going to have to stand on it.
Now let me tell a story, I can tell it all. About a mountain boy who ran illegal alcohol. They said he made the whiskey, the sun he drove below. And when his engine roared, they called the highway thunder road. Sometimes into Asheville, sometimes Memphis town. The revenues they chased him, but they couldn't run him down. Each time they thought they had him, his engine pretty slow. He'd go by like they were standing still on thunder road. There was thunder, 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 thunder road. Thunder was his engine and white lights on his load. There was moonshine, moonshine, the way the devil was worse. Although they smooth and clean, but the devil got him first. There was thunder, thunder, thunder road. Thunder was his engine and white lights was his load. There was moonshine, moonshine, the way the devil was worse. Although they smooth and clean, but the devil got him first. Although they smooth and clean, but the devil got him
It's time, race fans, the moment you've all been waiting for, as we welcome you back here to the old Yadkin Valley Speedway, as we are proud to bring you more exciting racing action from the Cousin Ricky presents the Bootlegger Run Finals, sponsored by Merch by Mickey.
Woo! We started off with 30 cars, and now we're down to the final 6, including yours truly, and now it's time to bring it all home.
That's right, Ricky. These cars have fought hard, race after race, to stay up front and earn one of the top 6 spots in the final round to determine who will be crowned our champion.
And while you're looking for a new champion, I'm looking for new employees.
No, Ricky, you're not turning this race into a job resume.
And you call me naive. What do you think the entire point of this tournament was?
Wait, you mean to tell me the entire time we've been racing, it's just so you can find new drivers to haul your shine?
And to expand into new territories, what do you think the whole point of the free samples was?
You mean besides causing chaos on the track and giving you an edge over the other drivers? Oh, and speaking of moving into new territories, we had some friends from Shavano Mountain Raceway said they had a special delivery for you, but they couldn't find you, so I just told them to leave it anywhere.
A special delivery? Wait a minute. Why are there 2 port-a-jons next to my Ford? And oh my God, is that what I think it is?
Oh, you know exactly what that is. That's what you get for not cleaning up your mess. Maybe next time you'll think before selling 30 pounds of fudge and 30 jars of your moonshine to a zoo animal.
Okay, now I'm ticked. It's about to be on like Donkey Kong. Wait till I find those boys from Shavano Mountain Raceway. Hey, you say where they went?
Well, I guess that's one way to get him out of this booth, but it's enough talking from us. You guys have waited long enough, so let's get down for these driver introductions. Starting in the 6th spot, he's always been a top contender and had a hard battle for the lead in semifinal rounds, but unfortunately came up with a 3rd place finish. For Nick Deer's Racing, it's Wendell Scott. Starting in the 5th spot, he qualified 5th overall for this tournament and has never seen the back of the pack until now. Can he fight his way to the top? For Arlo Racing, it's Bobby Gray. Since round 1, he has played it safe riding around in the middle of the pack, but he's always where he needs to be when it's crunch time. Making his finals debut for Merch by Meekin, it's Gringo Loco. He is arguably the most aggressive driver we have here on the track, and he is not afraid to use his chrome horn to get what he needs to move to the front of the pack. For Ross Sungod Racing, it's Ross Sungod. He qualified 2nd overall. Now he finds himself in the number 2 spot for the final round. Once he's up front, he's hard to take down. For Bootleggers R Us, it's Cousin Ricky. And finally, starting from the pole position, no matter how hard you try to hold him back, he always seems to find a way around you and stay at the front of the pack. For Gravity Throttle Racing, it's Speedball Herman. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your 6 drivers for the Bootlegger Run Finals 10-lap shootout. Now let's get down to the racing surface to crown our champion. This is it, race fans. It all comes down to this. A 10-lap shootout to determine who will be crowned the Bootlegger Run Champion.
Get your popcorn ready. This is gonna be good.
Dear God, what the Bubba Joe, where did you come from?
I see you still haven't found Cousin Ricky's trap door.
His what?
Lap 1's underway.
Down the backstretch for the first time into turn 1, it's Speedball Herman with Cousin Ricky right there next to him as Cousin Ricky makes a pass through the S-turns as he hangs onto it through the chicane into turn 3. Here comes Speedball Herman, hits against Cousin Ricky is slammed as they come down the final stretch. Cousin Ricky makes a block as he's going to be your leader, followed by Speedball Herman and then Sungod as it looks like Bobby Gray has some trouble as he's finally able to make it across the line.
1 lap in and Cousin Ricky is making a statement.
That he is as he takes the lead and puts down a fast track time as we check out the merch by Meekin replay camera, checking out turn 3 as we watch what happened here to Bobby Gray. It looks like he gets pushed down into the tire barrier right there at the exit of turn 3. His car gets slammed hard, but he's able to get the car restarted and rolling down the track.
What's that piece of metal down there by the tire barrier?
I just received a report from our track officials. They state that that is a piece of Gringo Loco's undercarriage that broke off during the semifinals. Unfortunately, it seems our track cleaning crew did not do their jobs well enough of removing debris from the track before this race began. Luckily, Bobby Gray missed it, but he struck that tire barrier fairly hard, but luckily his car seems unaffected by it.
I can't believe I didn't see it when I got out of the truck this morning.
Wait, you mean to tell me Cousin Ricky wasn't lying when he said you live inside of that Big Mac tow truck?
I mean, home is where you make it. Do you not see the size of that thing?
Funny, that's the exact same thing Cousin Ricky said. Anyways, lap 2 is underway. Down the backstretch they go, and Cousin Ricky takes off as he leaves the other drivers behind. It's now a fight for second place as Gringo Loco gets into trouble as he's caught up by Wendell Scott. Cousin Ricky put down a fast track time as he's all alone coming down the stretch. Oh, he gets loose as he comes across the line backwards, followed by Sungod and then Speedball Herman in third.
And would you look at that track time?
Cousin Ricky puts down a 14.523 seconds, only 1/1000th of a second off of the track record as we check in on Gringo Loco, who's being worked on by the emergency crews down there in turn 2 as Wendell Scott is backed off. Let's check out the merch by Meekin replay camera. As you see him enter into the S-turns, he gets turned on his side and then gets pushed up into the wall by Bobby Gray and then gets slammed by Wendell Scott. As we switch up the angle, you see them coming out of the S-turns. He gets slammed into the wall as he rolls up on his roof, sliding down the track as he comes to a halt right there at the entrance to turn 2. Wendell Scott with nowhere to go, he just pops the car into neutral and rolls it back. And with 8 laps remaining, Cousin Ricky is still your leader with Sungod sitting there next to him in second place. You have Speedball Herman there in third behind Cousin Ricky, and then you have Bobby Gray sitting behind Sungod. These are the 4 fastest cars of this tournament, and they are ready to go as lap 3 is underway. Cousin Ricky leads him down into turn 1 once again with a nice lead as you have Speedball Herman getting a shove from Bobby Gray as he pulls up along Cousin Ricky as he gets a little loose into turn 3. Here comes Cousin Ricky breaking away as it comes down to the line. Oh, he gets a little loose as he comes across the line first, followed by Speedball Herman and then Sungod in third. And these fast track times have not laid up as Cousin Ricky puts down a 15.047 second time. As we watch a replay here, you see him heading down into turn 2 as Speedball Herman gets a shove from Bobby Gray, giving him a huge momentum boost heading into the chicane. But it's not enough as Cousin Ricky is able to hang on as you see Speedball Herman tries to make a move behind him, but he gets loose. As they head into turn 3, watch Sungod makes a move underneath Bobby Gray as he's able to take third.
I tell you, with how hard they're racing, I'm surprised we haven't seen more wrecks.
I have to say I must agree with you as second place has exchanged multiple times as these drivers are trying so hard to catch up with Cousin Ricky. But the question is, can they make the pass? As we have 6 laps left to go, it's lap 4. As they head down the turn 1, it's a little bit tighter than it has been, but Cousin Ricky still has a decisive lead as they head into turn 2 through the chicane. Here come the other drivers battling for second behind him as Sungod and Speedball Herman get together as Cousin Ricky breaks away. He's going to come across the line first, followed by Speedball Herman backwards as we have trouble in the back as you have Bobby Gray coming across the line in third.
Looks like we had 2 drivers fighting for the same piece of real estate on the track.
It would appear so as we check out another low 15 track time as we check in on Gringo Loco and Sungod both upside down at the exit of turn 4 and inside of the pit lane. Let's check out the replay camera as you see them enter into turn 3. You see Sungod trying to make a move underneath Speedball Herman, but Speedball Herman's trying his best to make a block as he gets spun around. Watching one more time as you see, here goes Speedball Herman Herman making a blocking move as he's holding up Bobby Gray and all the other drivers behind him. As we check out the turn 3 camera, here you see once again Speedball Herman making a block as he gets spun around. He now takes up the entire track as the other cars have nowhere to go as they head down in the turn 4, still fighting for third place behind him. As we switch up the angle in the turn 4, you see here comes Cousin Ricky breaking free, followed by Speedball Herman. As you watch, here comes Sungod. He gets slammed into the tire barrier as the other cars have nowhere to go, and then Gringo Loco gets caught up with it as he rolls over.
Is there a reason why you're looking at me with such an evil glare?
I got 2 words for you. Announcer's jinx.
Oh, come on. Surely you don't think I was responsible for that.
Well, regardless, I think it's best that you not say stuff like that in the future, first off. And secondly...
Don't call me Shirley.
Wait, what?
Lap 5's underway.
We're almost to the halfway point as Cousin Ricky once again leads him down in the turn 1. You have Bobby Gray right there on his tail as they head down the turn 2 through the chicane, as it looks like we have a little bit of trouble as, Speedball Herman gets popped loose as we have trouble behind them as they come down to the line. Cousin Ricky gets loose as you have him going across the line first, followed by Bobby Gray, and then Speedball Herman coming in third, as it looks like Gringo Loco was able to break free as he comes in fourth.
Looks like turn 3 has claimed more victims.
It would seem so as we check out that track time. Let's check out turn 3 as you see both Wendell Scott and Ross Sungod sitting down there, more victims of treacherous turn 3. Let's check out the replay camera as you see the cars enter into turn 3. You see them all tangled up as you watch Speedball Herman gets popped loose as he bounces around, and then the other cars are tangled up. Let's see them enter into the turn. They're all sideways. You see Wendell Scott got turned sideways by Ross Sungod, and then you see Gringo Loco able to make it around them as he's able to break free and make it down to the line. And with that, we are officially halfway through this 10-lap shootout as Cousin Ricky is still your leader with Bobby Gray sitting there in second place, and then you have Speedball Herman in third. When we come back, we'll have the pit stops, adjustments, and then in the second half of this event. We'll be back in just a minute. We welcome you back here, race fans, to the Cousin Ricky presents the Bootlegger Run Finals, sponsored by Merch by Meekin. We're halfway through this 10-lap shootout as we have 5 laps down and 5 laps to go as the cars are down here on pit road having the final adjustments made before heading back out into the track to finish this great event. We've had our pit reporters checking in with the drivers and crew chiefs to get their assessment of what they have seen from their cars and what they hope to be able to accomplish as we move on.
Nigel Thurgood here, reporting on the pits of Ross Sungod, who seems to be very upset with where his car is after the mishap that took place on lap 5. His crew chief says he hopes to use that anger and aggression to push his way back up to the front for a great finish.
Checking in on the number 80 car of Wendell Scott. He says he has the car and the equipment to get up to the front if he can just catch a break. His crew chief says he's got everything he needs, but he'll see where he goes from here.
Reporting from the pits of Gringo Loco, he says he's right where he wants to be, not too close to the front where he has to deal with all the drivers baiting and banging, but well within striking distance for when he wants to make his move up toward the front. He says he hopes to be there at the end when it counts.
Speedball Herman says he's right where he wants to be and his car is performing at top notch. Staying in the top 3 is exactly where he wants to be. He hopes to be right there at the front to strike to take the win.
With him starting at the back of the pack and working his way up to second place position, Team Arlo and Bobby Gray are extremely happy with how the car is performing. They know that they can take the lead, and once they get there, they can hold on to it and dominate as they have done in the past. Checking in on the Bootlegger's run car of Cousin Ricky, I attempted to have a conversation with him, but he stopped me dead in my tracks, shouting over me saying, "Go back across the pond, weirdo," and chanting, "USA, USA."
I'd be lying if I said that surprised me one bit, but let's give a big thank you to our 2 pit reporters, Bubba Joe and Nigel Thurgood, returning to the old Yadkin Valley Speedway for the first time in a long time for this very special occasion. The cars are finishing their adjustments and are about to head back out, so let's get back down to trackside to finish this 10-lap shootout. The cars coming out of the pits and now line back up into their starting positions as you have a new challenger sitting there in that second place spot of Bobby Gray. Does he have what it takes to pass Cousin Ricky and take the win, or will Cousin Ricky be able to hold him off? It's now time for lap 6. We're back to green, and Cousin Ricky leads him down into turn 1 with Bobby Gray right there alongside of him as Bobby Gray gets a head of steam as he takes lead into turn 2 through the chicane. Here comes Cousin Ricky with a head of steam as he gives Bobby Gray a tap, but Cousin Ricky gets loose. Here comes Bobby Gray down to the line. He's going to be your new leader, followed by Cousin Ricky, and then you have Gringo Loco sitting there in third.
You mind if I join you up here?
Absolutely, Nigel. Take a seat there as we check out that track time put down by Bobby Gray.
And as we sit here and watch a replay, if you keep your eyes on Gringo Loco, you'll saw that he went on 2 wheels as he went into the S-turns, once again having a hard time trying to keep control of that car.
As we watch the battle for the lead, you see Bobby Gray gets a head of steam coming out of the S-turns as he pulls along Cousin Ricky just before heading into turn 2. He's able to make the pass on the low side as he's able to hang on to it through the chicane. Watching Cousin Ricky tries to get a head of steam heading down into turn 3 as he goes down for a low pass, but Bobby Gray puts a block on him as Cousin Ricky gives him the chrome horn, trying to push him out of the way, but it's not enough as they come down to the line. Bobby Gray is able to hang on to it and take the lead.
And with that pass, Bobby Gray is now your new leader as we head into lap 7.
The question is, though, can he hold off Cousin Ricky as he is still sitting there right next to him in second place, and he has Speedball Herman sitting behind him in fourth place, giving him a push. Will Bobby Gray be able to hang on, or will Cousin Ricky take it?
As they take off, Bobby Gray heads a nice lead as he heads down into turn 1.
He has some good distance, but that good distance might have been doing him good as he has no drafting partner. As here comes Cousin Ricky pulling alongside of him. He makes a pass into turn 3 as Bobby Gray gives him a clip as they come down to the line. Cousin Ricky's going to retake the lead as Speedball Herman makes a pass over Bobby Gray for second place.
Lots of contact and hard racing going on that lap as we check out that track time put down by Cousin Ricky of 14.786 seconds.
And as we watch the Merch by Meekin replay camera, here you see Bobby Gray with a nice lead as he exits the S-turns heading down into turn 2, but Cousin Ricky is getting a shove from Speedball Herman as it launches him into the lead as they head into the S-turns. Cousin Ricky able to hang on to it with the help of Speedball Herman as they head down to turn 3. Bobby Gray tries to give Cousin Ricky a tap, but Cousin Ricky is able to hang on to it as they head down into the super stretch.
Bobby Gray not giving up so easily. He tries to make another run heading for Cousin Ricky as they head down in the turn 4. But as you see him come off of turn 4, he hits the outside retaining wall as it sends his car spinning around. And as they come down to the line, Speedball Herman beats him down to the line for that second place position.
Hard racing into the corners like that can have some great advantages, but it can also have some great drawbacks. As unfortunate for Bobby Gray, he has fallen back to the third place position, and Speedball Herman has moved back up into second place. But Cousin Ricky has retaken the lead. The question is, can he hang on to it now as we have 3 laps left to go? It's now lap 8.
As they head down the backstretch, once again, Cousin Ricky leads him down in the turn 1 as it's a battle for second behind him.
Speedball Herman with a head of steam. He pulls alongside Cousin Ricky as he tries to make the pass at the end of turn 3. Cousin Ricky tries to block him, but Speedball Herman takes the lead. Speedball Herman's around as Cousin Ricky retakes the lead as they come across the line with Speedball Herman in second and then Bobby Gray coming in third.
These drivers are not letting off the accelerator as they are pushing each other harder and harder to try to take the lead as we check out that track time.
And as we watch the Merch by Meekin replay camera, here you see them coming out of the S-turns. As you keep your eyes on Speedball Herman, you saw his back end get a little loose, but he gets a lot of momentum as he heads down in a turn 2 as he pulls along Cousin Ricky heading down into the chicane.
And as they exit the chicane, you see Speedball Herman gives Cousin Ricky's door a slam as they head into turn 3. Cousin Ricky tries to make the block, but Speedball Herman is able to make the pass as he's able to break away heading down the super stretch.
He's able to break away, but I think he drives the car a little too hard into the corner as you see him hit the outside retaining wall, then the inside retaining wall as he spins around. Cousin Ricky seeing the opening. He makes the pass just before coming to the line as he's able to retake that lead.
And with what we just seen, it seems that no matter how hard these drivers try, they just cannot get past Cousin Ricky.
Well, they better figure out something, and they better figure it out fast, as Cousin Ricky is still your leader with 2 laps to go, as you have Speedball Herman sitting there next to him in second, and Bobby Gray in third. As we have 2 laps left to go, it's now lap 9. Down the backstretch, Cousin Ricky once again leads him down on the turn 1, but you have Bobby Gray right there on his tail. Here comes Speedball Herman with a head of steam pulling alongside the 2 of them. Speedball Herman and Bobby Gray get together heading into turn 3. Cousin Ricky sideways. They're all connecting in turn 4 as they come down to the line. Cousin Ricky is hanging on to the lead, but they all have collided and it's too close to tell who came in second place.
It's coming down to the wire, and these drivers are tossing caution to the wind as they are doing everything they can to get past Cousin Ricky.
Watching the replay camera as you see them heading down in the turn 2. Here you see Speedball Herman trying to make the pass alongside Bobby Gray, and then he pulls alongside Cousin Ricky, but Cousin Ricky is able to hang on to it in the chicane. Now it's Speedball Herman and Bobby Gray beating doors as they head into turn 3. They collide as this is what Cousin Ricky wants to see as he's able to break free, but he gets loose as he heads down the super stretch.
And Speedball Herman, seeing this, tries to make a move underneath Cousin Ricky heading into turn 4, but Cousin Ricky tries to make the block as they all collide as they come down the final stretch.
Cousin Ricky gets turned sideways by Speedball Herman as they come down to the line. It's too hard to tell from that angle who came in second place, so we're going to have to change it up and watch the chase cam as you watch Speedball Herman gets blocked by Cousin Ricky as they come down to the line. Who came in second place? It's going to be Speedball Herman beating out Bobby Gray as he will be in the second spot heading into the final lap.
Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you've all been waiting for. We are down to the final lap.
That's right, Nigel. This is it. It all comes down to this. This is the final lap of the Cousin Ricky presents the Bootlegger Run, and your leader is Cousin Ricky. You have Speedball Herman sitting there next to him in second place, and Bobby Gray in third. Sungod has moved up to fourth place, and then you have Gringo Loco in fifth, and then Wendell Scott in sixth. Who's going to take the win? Only one way to find out. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go.
Down the back stretch they go one final time. It's Cousin Ricky into turn 1.
He has a nice little lead, but here comes Speedball Herman with some momentum pulling alongside of him through the chicane. Oh! Speedball Herman puts Cousin Ricky into the wall. Cousin Ricky's getting slammed around as here goes Speedball Herman down to the line. He's going to come in first place. By Sungod, and then Gringo Loco coming in third.
Looks like Bobby Gray was able to break free as he comes in fourth, followed by Cousin Ricky in fifth and Wendell Scott in sixth.
Speedball Herman put down a 15.047 final track time. As we watch a replay, here you see Cousin Ricky heading down in the turn 2 with a nice lead, but Speedball Herman has momentum as they head down in the turn 2 through the chicane. Keep your eyes on Speedball Herman as he slams into Cousin Ricky, push him down into the wall as Cousin Ricky rides along the side, getting slammed in the rear by Bobby Gray. Speedball Herman now has the lead as we watch it in the turn 3. Cousin Ricky gets pushed by Bobby Gray as they head down in the turn, but Cousin Ricky tries to save it as he gets slammed by Gringo Loco making a pass as he gets pushed into the tire barrier by Wendell Scott as he's able to break free and make his way down to the line. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the final results of the Cousin Ricky presents the Bootlegger Run 10-lap shootout finals. In 6th place, it's Wendell Scott with Cousin Ricky in 2nd. It's Bobby Gray in 4th with Gringo Loco in 3rd, Sungod in 2nd, and your winner of this event, it's Speedball Herman. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the 10-lap shootout and your champion of the Cousin Ricky presents the Bootlegger Run from Gravity Throttle Racing, it's Speedball Herman. Speedball Herman coming in and dominating this event as he wins every single heat race and then moves on to win the finals. Also, big congratulations to Sungod and Gringo Loco coming in 2nd and 3rd, putting on an amazing show. And let's not forget our other contestants building some great cars able to make it this far into the tournament, providing some amazing racing action for us.
I will have you know I'm submitting a formal protest. I was cheated out of that win.
Oh my God, Ricky, really?
Is he serious right now?
Talk about your sore loser.
Ricky, you know more than anybody else. Heck, it's your slogan that Robin's racing and you choked.
Dude, what? Are you kidding me? Surely you can't be serious.
We are serious and don't call us Shirley.
Ah, that was so creepy. Had Children of the Corny vibes all over it.
Anyways, as always, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you being a part of the racing action here today as a part of our season finale. And as always, if you love the content you see, please remember to help us beat the YouTube algorithm by liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and don't forget to share as we bring you more exciting racing action here from the old Yadkin Valley Speedway, home to the Winston-Salem Racing Series and the Funkhauser Diecast Racing League. All right, Ricky, you're up.
I don't want to.
Do it now.
Okay. Don't forget to visit Merch by Meekin. Merch by Meekin is your headquarters for all your custom metal diecast signs and much more. Don't forget to check out their custom merch and personal gift ideas too. Merch by Meekin. Gotta love those signs.
And as always, race fans, before we go, we want to give a big shout out and thank you to all the members of the Funkhauser Fan Club. It is you and your contributions that help our channel grow to provide better, entertaining content. So as always, a big thank you. And if you're not a member of the Funkhauser Fan Club yet, consider joining us. It's a premium YouTube membership to show your support for the Funkhauser Diecast Racing League. This membership starts with special channel badges, custom emojis for the race premiere, live chats, as well as member shoutouts and recognition for every race event. We hope you join and support the channel as we have a lot more planned coming your way, including special membership-only videos that only members of the Funkhauser Fan Club will be able to view. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you being a part of the channel today, and wait a minute. What is going on here? Ricky! Why is everybody over there at your van? What are they doing? Ricky! Ricky!